California is imposing mandatory restrictions on water usage. About 6 million people in the southern part of the state have been told to limit outdoor watering to 1 or 2 days per week. The announcement comes as California deals with the worst drought in the state's recorded history. Josué Medellín-Azuara joins me now. He's an associate professor at University of California Merced and studies water conservation in California and agriculture. Josué, thank you for joining us. How critical is the situation in California right now?
Yes, California is under the third year of a multi-year drought that started in 2019. And whereas this is not the driest drought in terms of precipitation, antecedent conditions, high demands from population and agriculture and the environment, and are imposing some challenges to supply water in this year.
So, Josué, what does water conservation look like for the average family living under these restrictions?
Yes, as is probably known, about half of the water used in cities is outdoor irrigation. So the restrictions that are being imposed are aimed to reduce this outdoor irrigation in order to conserve water and save some water to supply for the basic needs for sanitation, drinking water, and other matters.
And what about the impact on the state's agriculture?
Well, California's agriculture is a powerhouse of about $50 billion statewide, employing about 420,000 people every year, over 9 million acres, and of course needs water to irrigate these crops. But in this third year of drought, many of these crops will face some challenges to get water from the large-scale projects in the State Water Project and the Central Valley Project from the Bureau of Reclamation, as well as diverting water from streams and pumping groundwater. So last year we estimated about 400,000 acres out of the 9 million went out of fallow, and due to these restrictions in or unavailability of water to irrigate crops. This year we expect an increase with respect to that amount, and that last year alone costed about $1.1 billion in crop revenue losses, increased pumping costs, and about 8,000 jobs lost, not to count the multiplier effects on other sectors.
And Josué, with the way things are now, do you expect to see more restrictions soon?
Yeah, restrictions are happening for cities. So as you mentioned earlier, many cities are requiring people to just irrigate a few times a week the areas. And for agriculture, these conservation measures are a little bit more subtle because they have to look at what is available to them from surface water, from carryover storage, from reservoirs. Also, if there's local restrictions on groundwater pumping due to new regulation on sustainable groundwater use and other matters. So this definitely is a challenging year for the state.
And Josué, as we know, millions of people have been living under these extremely dry conditions for years now. How sustainable is that?
Well, the governments are paying attention to these matters. So cities, for example, in the southern part of the state, have implemented over the course of various decades very aggressive conservation programs. So even though population has doubled in the southern part of the state, in the total water use has not increased in that same time period due to these conservation measures. For California agriculture, there's now more restrictions in what can be pumped from underground. So there's the 2014 Sustainable Groundwater Management Act requires local agencies to develop plans to restrict groundwater pumping in both wet and dry years so that sustainability is achieved in extractions and recharge by year 2040. So there's some provisions to make the system sustainable for agriculture, cities, and ecosystems, but we're at the beginning of that.
Josué Medellín-Azuara, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.